Next question is, show that the integral equation gx is equal to lambda integral 0 to pi sin x sin 2t gt dt has no eigenvalues. So here gx is equal to, the given integral equation is gx is equal to lambda integral 0 to pi sin x sin 2t gt dt. This is equal to lambda sin x integral 0 to pi sin 2t gt dt. This is equal to lambda c sin x, or gx is equal to first, where c is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi sin 2t gt dt. Using first, we get this is equal to integral 0 to pi sin 2t, gt is lambda c, so lambda c sin t dt. Or c is equal to lambda c integral 0 to pi 1 by 2 cos t minus cos 3t dt. This is equal to lambda c by 2 sin t minus sin 3t by 3, 0 and pi. So c is equal to 0 because sin 0 is 0, sin pi is 0, therefore this will be 0. So c is equal to 0. When c is equal to 0, then gx is also 0. C is equal to 0, therefore gx is equal to 0. Therefore, no eigen function and eigenvalue. Corresponding to c is equal to 0, there is no eigenvalue and no eigenfunction. Then next question is, show that the homogeneous integral equation gx is equal to lambda integral 0 to 1 t root x minus x root t gt dt does not have real eigenvalues and eigenfunctions. The given homogeneous integral equation is gx is equal to lambda integral 0 to 1 t root x minus x root t gt dt. This is equal to lambda root x integral 0 to 1 t gt dt minus lambda x integral 0 to 1 root t gt dt. This is equal to lambda c1 root x minus lambda x c2, where c1 is equal to integral 0 to 1 t gt dt and c2 is equal to integral 0 to 1 root t gt dt. This is first, second and third. Using first and second, we get c1 is equal to integral 0 to 1 t lambda c1 root t minus lambda c2 t dt. This is equal to lambda c1 integral 0 to 1 t raised to power 3 by 2 dt minus lambda c2 integral 0 to 1 t square dt. This is equal to lambda c1 t raised to power 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 means 2 by 5 0 to 1 minus lambda c2 t cube by 3 0 to 1. Or c1 is equal to lambda c1 when t is equal to 1, this will be 2 by 5, so 2 by 5 lambda c1, and when t is equal to 0, this will be 0, and here this will be when t is equal to 1, this will be lambda minus 1 by 3 lambda c2, or 1 minus 2 by 5 lambda c1 plus 1 by 3 lambda c2 is equal to 0, fourth equation. Using first and third, we get C2 is equal to integral 0 to 1 root t lambda C1 root t minus lambda C2 t dt. This is equal to lambda C1 integral 0 to 1 t dt minus lambda C2 integral 0 to 1 t raised to power 3 by 2 dt. This is equal to lambda C1 t square by 2 0 1 minus lambda C2 t raised to power 5 by 2 2 by 5 0 1. This is equal to lambda C1 by 2 minus 2 by 5 lambda C2 or lambda by 2 C1 minus 1 plus 2 by 5 lambda C2 is equal to 0. इसको हम इधर ले आए तो ये हो जाएगा. So lambda by 2 C1 minus 1 plus 2 by 5 lambda C2. For non-zero solution, we must have determinant 1 minus 2 by 5 lambda 1 by 3 lambda lambda by 2 minus 1 plus 2 by 5 lambda should be equal to 0. So this will be minus 1 plus 4 by 25 lambda square minus lambda square by 6 is equal to 0, or minus 1 plus 4 by 25 lambda square minus lambda square by 6 is equal to 0. Or 1 plus lambda square by 150 is equal to 0. So from this we do not have any real value of lambda. So d lambda is not equal to 0, that is 1 plus lambda square by 150 is not equal to 0 for any real value of lambda. Therefore, C1 is equal to C2 is equal to 0 for all real value of lambda. Therefore, when C1 is equal to 0 and C2 is equal to 0, then Gx is also 0. Hence, we do not have any real value of lambda and correspondingly no real eigen function.